guys, welcome back to my channel. I was just going to show you a little bit of an experiment. I've been watching Sarah Becker and I was listening to what she said, and actually what she says makes an awful lot of sense, right? I said yesterday or the video that went up that had my orchid update on it for April, I said that this one I was keeping bare rooted, and there you can see the roots. I've just sprayed them so they're all greening up. There's lots of new ones on there, they're all very green, and the reason that one's bare rooted is when I took it out of the pot it had a big plug of moss in the middle, and if you look, basically the stuff in the middle there is black. I can't get at it to get the stuff out. I don't want to cut too much off. I want to make sure it gets a better root system, and they'll eventually come off anyway. So I've left that bare rooted. It had one of these pots, and in the process of trying to clean it out and make it all nice and clean for this to go in, obviously, as I said yesterday, I broke it, and it was pouring rain outside, and I'd like to have a go at semi-hydroponics, but I thought, well, why stop there? Sarah Becker says, you know, in the wild, phals grow with bare roots anyway, so why make it complicated? Too lazy to go. Obviously I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I also didn't want to drill holes in the ceramic pot here, and I can't find a pot small enough, or big enough rather, to go in there where the roots won't be completely squashed. So I'm going to leave this one as is for now. I can spray it every day. It's dead easy because all I have to do, as you saw, was just lift it out and put it back in. So I'll put that back over there. Oh, I'll sort that out in a minute where it lives. Now this one, this is the one I showed you. This is the one with the new leaf, but I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yeah. Now that root actually at the bottom isn't soft and mushy at all, but I think if I'd left it in the media it wouldn't be long before it did. It's growing new roots, as you can see. There's the two aerial ones there, and I did spot another one elsewhere. There was a baby one coming. Where's it gone? It's gone. That's probably that one. Yeah, there's that little green bit there in the middle. That's the brand new root coming as well. So I took that out of the pot because it was pretty much not attached in there at all, and I decided I would have better control if I left that one bare rooted. Now this one, look at the difference. You saw yesterday when I did, like I say, my update on April, you saw yesterday that this poor thing was basically like this out the pot. Well, look, you can see why. It's got a humongous root system on it. There's nothing majorly wrong with that one, and again, look, new root coming there, and the root tips are active. And I went to take the pot out of the pot like that, and it came out like that, so what's the point? Because it's trying to grow out the pot anyway. So I'm going to have a go with these three and see if I can keep them going with just what a lot of you would call water culture, what Sarah Becker would call hydroponics, and what I would call bone idleness, because I can't be bothered to go down the garden in the cold and the wet. Because why pay for something if I don't need it? If I don't need the media, why pay for it? Why buy more? Obviously that doesn't go for my paths because they're obviously they're sort of semi-terrestrial, so they need the media. But these Here, they're phals, they were rescues. This one's got a root system to die for and isn't growing anything, and that one's got no root system and is growing. So, you know, who knows. But quite rightly, they grow in the air, don't they? So if they grow in the air, now this is just an example. Oh look, I knocked a flower off. It broke. Oops. Anyway, this is just an example of why this one is not going to be doing that, because if I do that, if you look at the bottom of this, as you can see, it is absolutely stuffed full of roots. I mean, if that wasn't stuffed full of roots, I wouldn't be able to do that. So there's no way I'm going to change that. It's obviously happy. I'm not now, because I've just knocked that off. Look at that. But it gives you a good idea so you can see what it looks like inside. Look, it's almost got a little face, hasn't it? Look, it's got a little face on there, and then the spots in there, and that is a very, very pale yellow, yeah, with the orange and the lip. I'm really miffed I broke that off. Never mind, there's a few more coming, because this was one of the new ones because it broke off from the top there. So I shall just stick that in some water. So I'm doing a little experiment, because I've got two rescue orchids here, which are these two, one of which was climbing out the pot and being a complete pain to actually put anywhere. So I took it out the pot. Well, I didn't need to, it already climbed itself out the pot. And the number 7 there, you know, I couldn't see any roots in the, this way I can see the roots, I can see what's going on. But also I don't need to have the media in there, so just make sure, I mean there's lots of air in there, you can see that because they don't fill it up completely, so it's a very airy mix. So I'll go and put those back up. But it's just an interesting thing to see, and Sarah Becker is quite right, you know, they grow on trunks of trees. So that's why mounted orchids work, especially mounted phals, because they grow in the wild on the trunks of trees exactly like this one is. Because if you look, it's got all the aerial roots coming out the back here, and that's the, you know, where it would be on a tree. So, you know, they grow bare root anyway. I mean, obviously, yes, I need to feed them at some point somehow, but I will find a way of doing that. But there's only 3 orchids I've done that with. These 2 were rescues. That one wasn't meant to be, but turned out to be. That was to replace my number 1, which unfortunately I couldn't save, which was my polyphal in my March update, or even my February update, I can't remember which one. That was my polyphal that was completely dehydrated. I tried all sorts of things and it had it. I think the rot had set in and I couldn't do anything about it. These, the rot hasn't set in. I mean, as you can tell, look. These, the rot hasn't set in. I mean, look at that. Now that, as far as I'm aware, is a healthy root tip. And so is that. And obviously these have been greened up because I've just sprayed it. I don't want to give it any more because I don't want to drown it, because I'll probably do it again tomorrow. And there's a healthy root tip there. You see? Come on, focus. You see, that is the healthy root tip there. And there's another one round there. And it looks like there's even one coming out from underneath. So it's not like they haven't got any roots. The aerial ones are there already. This one, like I say, has got quite a sad root, although that big one at the bottom is actually solid. It doesn't feel as if it's gone mushy or anything, but I will keep an eye on it. So, just some thought process, you know, Sarah Becker, this is exactly how they grow in the wild, bare rooted. And if you put them in these, obviously you keep some of the roots in the dark. You can monitor what's going on because you can lift them in and out without disturbing the roots too much, which is really good, which is what it's about at the end of the day. So, you know, it's just a thought process. If I find it doesn't work, I've obviously still got these, which are the pots that they came in. You know, and I will wash those out and put them with my other pots for seedlings and things like that I can do, and just see what happens. But I'm a bit miffed I knocked that off. Anyway, thank you for watching and joining me, and I hope this has been helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, and subscribe. That would be fabulous if you can do that. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.